I'm in the Dominican Republic. Just kidding. I'm still in California, just a little bit north of LA. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing the filming locations for the 4th installment of the Fast and Furious franchise, the 2009 film Fast and Furious. I'm going to show you where it was filmed at, and we're starting right now. All right, so this is Templin Highway, right along here, and it goes all the way up, back that way. So, that being said, they want you to think that this was filmed in the DR, the opening scene. It was not. It was filmed right here on Templin Highway. A little bit of movie trivia for you, and I'm gonna drive up and down this road, and at one spot, it does show one specific location that I know for sure where they filmed it at. And we're gonna head up there here in just a second. Okay, so Templin Highway and Ridge Route Road, this intersection right here where all these burnout marks are, is a specific section right here. But this little canyon and this little canyon here can be seen when they are driving the cars trying to get the gas from the tanker truck. And I know this because this scene is also from one of the later movies. So I want to say they come in from that direction and they go down that way as they are trying to steal the gas tanker from the semi. I'm pretty sure you can see this hill and that hill in the background as well. So we all know the Fast and Furious uses a bunch of CGI. So for this specific location, I'm almost positive that this is where this scene was shot. Check this out. So this road right here is at a pretty high angle, and it's a straightaway. And I've driven all up and down this canyon here, and this seems to be the only straightaway that I can find that's at a decent length. So I'm gonna assume that this road is where they filmed the end of the tanker heist. So Dom and Letty come barreling down this road here and stop probably in this general vicinity in a tanker truck. Well, one of them flips over right here, so they can't go anywhere. And then they have the one that's barreling towards them. Letty yells, "Dom!" He's doing burnouts in the middle of the road, and as the tanker gets closer, he takes off and then slides right underneath it at the perfect angle, taking off, making the tankers crash, fly over into the canyon. Like I said, don't quote me on that, but I'm almost positive there was a lot of CGI involved, so I could probably assume that this might be where it was filmed at, because the opening scene is filmed out here on Templin Highway. It makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you guys? I think it makes sense. So do you guys remember Dwight, the little twerp that Brian runs into when he's going to audition for the Braga race? I found his apartment that gets raided. Check this out. All right, I'm gonna walk across real quick, get a close-up of Dwight's apartment. He's in there filming with the girls, messing with their feet, pretty gross. And then, out of nowhere, his apartment is right there. His apartment gets raided, and we all know who is responsible for that, right? This next location is David Park's apartment. Brian is after David Park because he's trying to take down Braga and figure out who Braga is. Dom is after David Park because he knows who's running for Braga. He's responsible for the death of Letty. So Brian rolls up from over here, comes around the front, and there's a 240 with an illegal mod parked right there. And I do believe where it says 2629 is where Brian runs up the stairs. And at the same time, Dom's already up there. He kicks in David Park's door and holds him over the window. And there's this main window right here. It's the one to the left. So right there is the window that Dom was holding David Park out of. And Brian stops Dom and he's like, let me do my job, Dom, and bring him up. He's gonna take down this Braga guy. Dom's like, I'm gonna kill this Braga and anyone else who gets in my way. David Park's like, yo, could you guys talk about this later? He lets him go and Dom disappears. That entire scene right here. Pretty cool. All right, I'm up here at the top of Willow Springs Park, just above the cemetery, and I'm trying to find Dom's lookout spot. And I think I found it right here. In the film, you could see this big machine thingy, and right over here is where Dom would have stood. Because the tree where they're having the funeral is right there, and this kind of hairy looking palm tree thing is in the shot as well. So this is definitely the right area where Dom stood, and he was watching the whole thing. And Brian looks up at him, he looks down at Brian. Crazy. Okay, so I'm here at the Willow Springs Cemetery, and we're gonna pinpoint where Letty was laid to rest. Let's check it out. In the film, there's an aerial shot, and it would have been coming from that direction, going this way. So there's an establishing shot, and we see the cars parked, don't mind my rental car, cars parked all up along this curb. So, break this down. There are movie magic going on right now. So in the scene, there are tons of headstones. There's like a Spalding one, there's one that says father on it, and clearly there are no headstones that pop up out of the ground. A little bit of movie magic, but however, you can see the one right back there that says Bartow on it, and a little bit of the smaller ones too. So I'm gonna try and figure out exactly where they had Letty's grave. And it looks to me, zooming in and whatnot, that it would have been right about here, this little open area right here, because in the shot it's like directly in front of this tree. So I'm gonna assume that this is the area where the casket was, and Mia was sitting there crying, and everybody paying their respects to Letty. And there's a shot down that way, and Brian and Stasiak are by their police cars down that way, and we're gonna head over there right now. It never fails. Every time I'm out filming something, there is something going on. Someone's using a leaf blower right now. There's somebody over there mowing. It's like, all right, I'm gonna be real quick about this because the guy is down there on the mower. I don't want to get this shot before he comes back, but I'm going to point something out really quick. There's a specific headstone right over here that you can see in the shot, and I think there's like a shot from over in this vicinity. You can kind of see, yeah, that Higgins headstone right there is the funeral is going on. Stasiak's like, yeah, we caught Toretto 10 minutes after he crossed the border. Facial recognition software. So this headstone right here is a for sure sign that this is where it was filmed at. The Higgins headstone. Yeah, definitely the right one. So as I said earlier, this whole curb right here, all the way up to where my rental car is, was full of imports, cop cars, all for Letty. So Brian would have been parked somewhere right through here. Stasiak's like, I don't get it. I thought Toretto would show. But little do they know that Toretto is standing right up there. See that like oil machinery looking thing? And then this tree that's kind of got like, it's like a little bit bigger than a palm tree. Yeah, he's standing way up there. Brian knows. Brian definitely knows that Toretto was here for Letty's funeral. We're going up to the 4th floor of the driving range, the juice bar. All right, so here I am on level 4 of the driving range, and we are looking for spot 22 where compost was, and I do believe that it's right here where this gentleman is. I'm not gonna disturb him, so I'm not gonna match up any shots. I don't wanna get in anybody's way, so I'll stand back a little bit and I'll point some things out from that particular scene. I know how it's this particular scene is because the elevator right there can be seen with the buttons on the side. It's the exact one, and this right here used to be the juice bar. It says juice bar on the side when they're all standing here talking, Brian, Toretto, and all the other guys, and they're trying to figure out how the race is gonna go. And Dom is like, are you talking to Phoenix? He's like, are you the boss or am I talking to the boss? Phoenix turns to Dom, he's like, do I look like a boss to you? And that little dude's like, so who's closing these streets, man? Compost turns around and is like, no one. That's the fun of it. So down there is where they all started the race at. So we're gonna head down there in just a second. But right here is where that little meeting took place before the race. How cool is this? Here I am on parking level 3. And this is where the cars were lined up to start the race. So we got a shot sort of like this. Can be seen because there's a door right around that corner that can be seen, and this little metal beam can be seen as well. So they were all lined up right here, ready to race. Dom's like, turns over and looks at Brian. He goes, you sure you want to do this? Brian says, a lot has changed. Then they take off, going down this way. These people up here hidden probably will watch me and think I'm a freaking idiot because I'm standing down here taking pictures and videos. These little golf balls going by. All right, so I'm up here in Angelino Heights. Look behind me. Toretto's Market from Fast 1. Freaking sweet. They got all kinds of stuff in there that you can buy now. We're gonna check out the filming locations up here for Fast 4. It was filmed up around this neighborhood, so let's check it out where it was filmed. All right, I'm gonna walk across the road here. So right there is a Toretto Market from Fast 1. Now I'm on the corner of Kensington and Marion Avenue. Now right here is where, after Mia takes Dom to Letty's crash site, is where he drops her off, and they walk up that way towards the Toretto house. Now Dom can be seen in his beautiful red Chevelle, and Mia's like, Nothing is gonna bring her back, Dom. You know that. And then she gets out. He makes a U-turn right where that car is coming from. Goes up, down that way. And this house can be seen in the shot as well. I'm currently on Kensington Road up here at Angelino Heights. And I'm back at the Toretto house again. For this scene, there was multiple scenes filmed for Fast and Furious 4, but the ones where they're mostly outside shots. Like Mia walking up the sidewalk, getting questioned by Stasiak, and then Brian and Dom. Brian had his car parked here, Dom had his car parked there, and Mia goes to say, like, be careful right before they go after Braga, right before they go into Mexico. Parked right there, and they drove down that way. So, things change over time, and this location has been torn down. 2009, it's 2023 now, and I'm at where they had the FBI headquarters in the film. Let's look at this location. I'm here on Mateo Street, and right here across the road is the Nate Starkman building. So for this scene is when Brian and Dom go talk to Campos about working for Braga. Now during this scene, this whole entire area was blocked off and everybody was partying. I'm not gonna line up any shots, but this is the exact spot. This building is new, they're still building it. So from over here, there were cars everywhere, there was girls, people down this road were partying as well. Now, I don't know if they actually filmed the interiors here. They could have. I'm not entirely sure, but I definitely know that this is the right building. A, because it's on Google, and B, these kind of arched windows are a dead giveaway as well. Pretty cool. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap on the filming locations for the 2009 Fast and Furious film. It was really neat to see all these locations. I think my favorite one was probably the driving range, the golf range. Being up there where they had that little meet and seeing where they had the cars parked getting ready for the race. That was really cool. But, hold on. Anyway, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe, comment, share. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Remember, keep it fast, keep it furious, but always keep it safe, guys. Until next time, I will see you later, and be safe.